Titties.
Titties.
God damn it.
Welcome to YouTube. We're over here right now. Isn't that fun?
Nose. Itchy. Sorry.
Alrighty. So, here's the thing. That I forgot about and forgot to mention before when we started the live streams on YouTube is that I don't know if that word qualifies as swearing, which we can't do within the first couple seconds of the stream. So if we disappear, don't worry, we'll be back.
It should be fine because my stream is not is labeled as for mature audiences, so. But
Let's hope they care. They care about the rules. Anyway, hello and welcome to our first YouTube stream with the Chronicles of Narhi'ya. I am your DM for the day, Bar of the Midwest. Here are my lovely players, and
Hey.
we have a fun day in store. But before we get started, we must do a special thing. It's going to be our dear Zara's birthday!
yay!
I was so hoping you forgot.
Why would I forget?
He never forgets.
Kate, you know perfectly well this is
He
Bard
literally
that we're
forgot
talking about.
I forgot, Joyce. You are currently in your arc. What do you think half of this shit is?
Yeah, this is true, actually.
But yes, happy birthday to our dear Zara. So things will happen today because birthdays, and you don't get to. For me, you don't get to have another year on this planet with just a little bit of fun. It's all for fun.
Uh-huh.
You're the reason I talk to my
Of course it
therapist.
is.
Anyway. I'm joking.
Hey, at least you're in therapy. I'll take the credit where I can. So, do we have any other announcements other than we're going to be here on YouTube for the foreseeable future until we figure out how to do possible multi-streams?
Apart from that, I know I said this week I'll be back into regularly streaming, and I apologize for that, but shit's just been fucked sideways and more things than I care to fucking mention. So apart from that, next week should be better. What I am planning to do is get back into streaming and doing recording. Little by little, I'm gonna try. All that I can tell you for next week is I would like to start playing a couple of games with a bunch of my friends, particularly some Lockdown Protocol, because I've been meaning to play that and it seems so fun. Along with that, I have no further announcements. But yeah, I'll still be streaming. I'll only be streaming on YouTube for Narhi'ya just to save from having to worry about VOD uploads. Other than that, I'll be streaming on Twitch for everything else. So yeah, be on the lookout.
Anyone else?
No, I don't think I've got anything.
Major announcement on Sunday for me. That'll be on twitch.tv/sketchy_Irishman_.
So yeah, check out that stream.
Yeah.
All links to the various platforms and stuff will be in the description. Because that's the thing you can do when the VOD uploads is just put it all in this description. YouTube. Alrighty. Shall we roll intro?
Yes, rolling intro.
Welcome back. Last time we had ourselves a rip-roaring good time with a multi-battle of 6 Wendigos. Now, before we get into what we're doing today, I would like to share all of you some fun math that I had had some help doing that I discussed with everybody. I don't know if everyone saw. So, in the 5e challenge rating bar, challenge rating usually helps determine level of difficulty, but also how much experience you would gain from defeating a single of an enemy. And I felt like a CR 11 Wendigo was a more than adequate challenge for level 17 characters. And then, but the problem is when you start adding more, the CR goes up, and I didn't do the math correctly. So they fought what was essentially a multiple different targets, a demi-lich outside of its lair. So no, demi-lich without lair actions, which is a CR 18. Whoopsie doodles. That was a whoopsie on the DM's part, but also no one died permanently. Just a brief little knockout. It's fine.
Uh-huh.
So remember, kids, always make sure to properly adjust your CRs. It could have been worse. I could have had a Wendigo attack them while they were all separated. That would have been really bad. Because the CR 11 is like a party of 5 at like a certain level. Soloing it, I mean, I don't think Draven would have had as much problem with one because he had like 2 at the same time. But you know, it's fine. They're all okay.
Asshole.
Anywho, all right, but they were victorious in their battle, but Kababek got away. Unfortunate. He also left a hint that he might have more of his followers amongst their friends and allies, and they might never know. I mean, the disappearing people and half-eaten corpses might be a hint, but you know, we'll have to. Only time will tell. We come back in on the party, fresh from battle, the forest reclaiming the corpses of the Wendigos. To take them where? Who knows? We stand in the ruins of what was once an ancient druid circle who delved into the dark arts, catching their breath after a harrowing battle.
I think for one, Draven is going to go over to Venwin for one, and you get 30 points of healing as Draven dumps his lay on hands pool.
So how many points of healing, sorry?
30.
Nice.
You just feel this warm surge of divine energy course through you as he hugs you close.
Well, she's nearly fully healed. She's got like 3 points left, but she gives him a big hug back.
And is definitely like checking over you, like, are you okay? I'm like, is everything okay?
I'm fine. Actually, double check my wings really quickly. Are they okay?
Are they okay? Yeah, they seem to be fine. No bends, no breaks. You're good.
Excellent. Thank you. But yes, otherwise I'm fine.
Okay.
What about you? Are you okay? And Draven just feels like her hand just like either side of his face, just kind of tilting his head.
He's looking a little rough. 55 out of 140. He's looking a little rough.
Multi-attack!
Yeah.
Multi-attack! Multi-attack's a bitch!
But he's looking a little rough right now, but you can tell that like his own self-preservation is not the priority right now.
She understands that you're looking a little rough, but not the first time.
No.
Are you sure you'll be okay?
I don't know. All I know is we need to get back to Coldport soon. We may have an issue.
She just nods and gives him another hug.
He will give you a hug back, fairly tightly.
Just be careful.
Sorry.
Strong.
Sorry.
Very squishy fairy, thank you.
Sorry. Then Draven will look to everyone else. Are we all good? Sound off.
Alive.
Mjol?
Mjol doesn't say anything.
Zara will walk up to Mule and like gently grab her hand if she'll allow it.
Mjol is currently clutching like both hands on her staff. Looking at where Brave Worker was.
We're good.
I think so. Mule? She'll just gently raise an eyebrow.
Sorry, did you say something?
I was asking you if you were okay, but I think I know the
No.
answer to that.
No, I'm not. I hesitated again. He was right there, and I just let him go again.
We'll run into him again.
We will, but he's
He's a slippery
that's just
cunt,
giving
that
him more
one.
time. Well, we are good at doing that.
Niall, you good?
He just looks over and nods.
Are we all who we say we are? Is another question.
I believe so.
For the record, those of you who are observant and were counting, when the initial fire got started, there were 7 Wendigos. You all fought 6 together, and Draven killed one off on with. We fought one with technically another one. So that would be the 7 that you counted.
I think we're good.
How can we be so sure?
Well, there were 7 of them, and hold on. Trevor's gonna close his eyes and try to get hold of Argus, and basically be like, I need your help with this one. Like, I need to know if everyone here is who they perceive to be. Please.
Takes a moment. The interference you felt slowly starts to slip away. Ah, there you are. Let me see here. Everyone accounted for. It all looked good to me. And before you ask, there's a small group heading your way. It looks like your people. They all check out as well. Especially that one at the front. Yeah. I might have had a little hand in that one.
What?
Not in sending her, but in keeping her from the forest until after it closed up.
Okay. Thank you. Alright, everyone's accounted for. We have a small group approaching, and they're all accounted for. Nothing bad with that one. We're good.
As the forest had calmed down, you guys are you're almost where you started. You'd actually, like, from the distance between where you fought the false hunter to this ruin wasn't that far of a distance. It just puts you in all different kinds of places. But there is a group there are 2 squadrons of Storm Guard following a very frantic and very angry and concerned looking Kalia.
Oh boy. Yeah, Draven's running towards Kalia. Like, full sprint. Kalia!
She
Oh, dear.
runs and she pauses and sort of grips the axe a little bit, kind of just tilts her head, then kind of does one of these like looks to the side, looks back, and then puts her axe over on her back before running towards you.
Draven just runs towards Kalia, gives her a big hug as well, and just kind of look over. Are you okay? Are you hurt? Like, it's doing the dad thing of checking over almost every fucking
Yeah.
inch. It's like, are you okay?
I'm fine. The couple of them tried to sneak out and come around. When the forest was starting to move, I tried to run faster. I heard something, made me stop, and by the time it did, I couldn't get to the forest, and that gave time for them to catch up, which I realize now oops. The storm guard come up, and they're just like, God, she's so fast. She's got the sheet I made for Kalia. She has an 18 dex. She fast.
Yeah. Like, right,
She was
okay.
booking it.
Everyone's just gonna kind of fly up behind
Yeah.
them and sit there and be like, very much like father, like daughter. Then
Okay, you're safe. Then what the fuck were you thinking coming here alone?
I didn't come alone. I was approaching alone because I outran the guards and forgot to look behind me.
The point is, you were advised to stay put.
Yes, and that was what I was gonna do, and then I heard that some men were missing, so I got more men to help me search for the men, and then we saw one of those things slinking off, and we ran after it, and it led us here, and I didn't realize until some thing made me stop that I was alone. And then it turned around. A couple more popped out. They came running at me. Then these guys showed up. We worked together. We chopped off their heads. And then by the time we were done fighting, the forest was completely blocked off. I may have swung very angrily at the thorns and didn't get very far. And then we fell back to sort of watch, and when it went down, we came running.
Jones gonna look to the storm guard. Can he see, like, the leader of this particular squadron?
The leader of this particular group is it's a Warforged. He has he appears to be oh my god.
Warforged. Would that make him a bastion, maybe?
No, he's more it's a
Or a
he's a
spectre?
specter. He has like these he has like Oni horns for on his faceplate. Very very ninja aesthetic, but also slightly kitted out for the cold weather. He's sort of standing in front of the two groups.
Okay. He's gonna look to. and hands him the tag of the deceased Storm Guard.
He will look down and he will take the tags and sort of hold them to his chest, and like the metal hand clenches. These were my men. I went looking for you to request assistance. I found her. She was recommended as a good tracker. So I gathered some forces and she assisted, and
Get word to Coldport. Kind of looks at everyone. Keep it under wraps. But Coldport is compromised. We need to seal off the city temporarily. Everything in lockdown. Keep it quiet. Keep it subtle.
there was a festival planned in a few days.
Cancel it.
We may be able to. I'm saying we may be able to use that to more easily restrict the comings and goings. Security and preparation. If
Double.
otherwise, to just even to do it subtly may cause worry amongst the citizens. Something plausible like that would go well.
Good. I need every able Storm Guard manning security, and everyone and every other capable person bearing arms also needs to help in this. We will meet you back at Coldport.
Yes, sir.
Anyone have it been known that above table, I'm thinking of possibly doing a call sign countersign thing so that we can tell if people are, but I don't know how far the compromisation goes, so I don't know. Fuck you, bot.
Paranoia. There's the even more troubling idea that he was just fucking lying.
But we don't know, motherfucker.
I mean, you could know because there's a bard with a passive insight of 26. You can ask the bard.
Also true. Right.
But you didn't.
Shut up! Shut up! I know! Shut up! I know! Shut up! Shut up!
Where was that passive insight earlier? Right. Call sign and countersign. Anyone new coming in, even people that you know. Call sign, thunder, counter, flash.
Roger.
No time to waste. We'll meet you there. At this point, Draven's
They
actually
will-
is probably gonna not collapse, but like just plop onto the snowy ground and deflate.
Zara will walk up to Draven and like put a hand on his shoulder.
Venwin's already kneeling beside him, just kind of a hand on his face.
need to. I don't know what to do. And then something.
We need to rest first.
Wait. There was something happening in the skies. Is Rogar okay?
No idea.
You say that. You do hear in further north. You guys have been like focused on this, and you kind of like how when you're focused on a task, it's kind of like deafens things around you. You hear that there are more roars, and there is now the beating of drums, which particularly you, Draven, from you know the sound of those drums. You know the sound of those rhythms. These are war drums.
Bollocks. Oh, that's not good.
He
My
did say
lord,
that
I
it sounds like
suggest-
civil war.
my lord, I would suggest you finish what you need to finish up here. It will take time to implement the system, and we may have people back in Coldport who might be able to have a better system of detecting them.
Good. Implement it.
Of course.
Do you want me to look to Mule? Is there anything else that we need to do here? This
Nothing you need to do here.
But what do you need? We're in this together. You're not doing anything alone.
I think this next bit I do need to do alone.
Are you saying that out of comfort so that we don't worry about you, or are you saying that because you do feel like you need to do this alone?
I'm saying this because there are too many things that are taking our attention. I'm saying this because there's someone I need to go find, but I can't have you coming with me.
You'll come back to us, right?
I will.
You better. Draven will get
Now,
up.
where do you need to go?
Draven will get up and hug Mule tight.
Hug Draven back.
Zara will join.
Just stay safe, please. Don't do anything rash. We need you.
Being rash has gotten me nowhere at this point.
We need you, Mole. Just come back to us.
I will. But where do you need to go?
I don't know. Those drums are unsettling. We need to go to Coldport. I don't know what's happening.
I'll send you back to the fortress.
Okay. Just Alright, you can see that Draven is frantic right now with the whole thing of like he does not know what to do right now. Everything is just like turned on its fucking head. He doesn't take it well.
Dragon, why don't you talk to Venwan about the next stages of what is going to be happening? I'm going to talk to Mule for a little longer.
Let me give you a piece of advice, Draven. Stop overreacting.
I wish it was that simple, but I will try.
Otherwise, he's already beaten you. That's how you hunt prey. You get it panicked or you get it relaxed. In this case, he's got you panicked, and eventually you'll run yourself into a corner, and that's when you'll strike.
Me, the DM.
Not the DM!
Call out my fucking
Don't
tactics.
ruin my
Yeah.
plans! Don't ruin the plans!
I love it, but fuck you. How dare you make sense?
At which point, it takes a while, but you do kind of see like a switch flipped. Got it. Right. Venwan, Niall, I'm actually going to need your assistance here. Right, let's talk it out. And Zara, Zara, sorry, Mule. Yeah, Niall, go.
Yeah.
Bleh.
I need to go somewhere and check something.
Okay. Alright, do that.
It's personal.
No, of course. Is it back at the fortress or Coldport?
The Empire.
Right. We'll get we'll get you there as soon as we can. Right. First of all, we could talk defenses for now, but as soon as we can, we'll send you back to the Empire.
No, I'm going to the Empire.
Okay. Okay. Alright, we'll do that. Actually, question. Mule, how many uses of teleport have you got left in you?
Enough to get you guys logistically wherever you need to go for a couple of while. Else you can just sort of talk to Simulacrum Mule.
Noted. Alright.
Actually, what I can do, hold on. I'm gonna put fuck, how do I pronounce this one? Harrow Owls back into your shadows, and then you can like teleport back to Coldport or wherever you need to be, basically.
Alright. Once that is done, Draven will take Kalia and Venwin to Coldport then.
Yes.
And Draven's gone, along with Kalia and Venwin.
Ah! Talia, who's never been teleported before. Ah!
Get out of my head! I was literally about to do that.
No!
I will
That's
very,
my turn with the brain cell.
I will very briefly describe what, because obviously you've teleported short distances with the owls before. Long distance is a bit different. I briefly appear at the world tree. And then suddenly you're in Coldport.
Huh? Huh? Huh?
Back in Coldport, just being like, what was that? You know what? Never mind.
Zara will look at Mule and just let her mask slip finally. Just straight face. You're not expecting to come back, are you?
I am.
I really hope you're not lying.
You know I'm a terrible liar.
You are a terrible liar. I trust you. That you have the capabilities to do what you need to.
I was gonna kneel down to be a bit more level with Zara.
Not that short to you.
Still. I just don't want my tragedy to be everyone else's misfortune for a bit.
Elenis. My battle sister. My blood I had no idea I could have. Your problems are our problems. But if you do think and you do wish to do this on your own, nobody will stop you. But if you need assistance and feel like you've bitten off more than you could chew, do not hesitate to reach us. Please. I don't want to bury you thinking there's something I could have done. Please.
I promise you this, I will. I will come back. There are some things and places I need to go unravel this mess a bit, and then come back.
Okay.
But I can't take anyone else with me.
Okay. I'm
not talking like meta. I'm meaning like actual physically.
I'm aware.
Okay, good. I'm just making sure that's understood.
You're very punctual with that.
We will see.
Right.
Should do me one favor.
Anything?
Can you give a message to Zoe for me?
Of course.
Tell her I'm not running away again. I will actually be back this time.
I will let her know.
Thank you.
Of course.
Miola's gonna hug you.
Zara will return the hug happily. Right. Go before I start crying. Go. I will have to go to Coldport.
I'll open a door for you.
Thank you.
You'll cast Shadow Portal and a shadowy doorway just kind of appears.
She will wait for Mjol to leave before she officially leaves.
Mjol self-combusts. And turns into a big fiery bird and flies away.
Phoenix, yay. Is anybody else still standing there, or is it just Zara left?
Hello.
Niall's still there. Please tell me it's actually you.
Holds up the upper half of the skull. There's proof enough.
Fortunately, I wish it was.
Calm down. In a moment.
Will you be coming back to Coldport eventually?
Aye. I need to make sure of something first.
Your room is always open, as you know. She will turn on her heel and start to walk through the door.
I will use the eye to go to Evening Wood in the Empire.
Cool. All right. Oh, am I gonna do this? How much gonna do? Apparently Emma's going to sue us for emotional damages. That's fine. I suppose. 1, 2. I know who I'm going to start with. Niall, we're going to go ahead and start with you.
Okay.
You arrive at Inventory. It is starting to become morning. The taking to go, so it's about mid-morning.
I will look to see if the town has a graveyard.
It does. It does have a graveyard. It's just outside the city, next to a small, sort of like little chapel with a shrine to Dedris.
Go in and check the graves. He's looking for 2 specific names.
Okay. What 2 specific names are you looking for?
Oisin and Neve Wolf.
There are no graves by these names.
Breathe a sigh of relief and go to his parents' house.
There be your parents and Sam. They are there finishing up some delicious French toast. Or Banolian toast, or whatever you want to say.
What's
Like,
French?
I can't rename every food. Why do they have to name all these foods after countries and places in the real world? Or as you knew it, special toast. For those of you who can't see this, this has been noted that mentioning French toast in a joyful tone does not negate the agony. I'm trying, okay? Yeah, they're there. And your mother sort of turns and being glared at. Hey, I'm not even responsible for most of the emotional turmoil this session. I mean, I'm the root cause, but I'm not the one doing it. Anyway, your mom's and your parents are there, and your mom sort of waves to you, looking a little confused as to why you're here and alone. Dear, what a wonderful surprise. Sam turns her head, just big old smile. Just runs and tackles your legs. Ah, you're here.
Niall hesitates for a moment, but he does kneel down and hug his daughter.
She doesn't notice. Mom notices. It's a little. Sam's just tugging away.
Your grandparents treating you well?
Oh, yeah, they'll give me lots of food, and I'm allowed to do drawings, but not to do paintings. But I've done lots of drawings, and there's other kids around that I've gotten to play with, and it's been really fun.
Good. Is there any of that toast left?
Hi, dear. There's a couple of pieces left.
If no one else is having them, well, he just walks over and takes a slice.
Of course, dear. Right, Bung, you look like you've been fighting there slaying ghosts. You look a little rough.
It's been a long day.
Nave looks to his wife and then to Sam. Oh, he scoops up. Little Summit, you get to go with Grandpa to down to the shops, because we are gonna get us some apples. Apples? Are we gonna make the apple? He's gonna make an apple pie. He's like, aye, that's she is. Yeah, I love apple pie. And then he sort of nods to the two of them and carries her out the door. She sits across from you. Waits for them to get a little farther away. What was it?
You want to know?
I'm a hunter, dear. I might be able to help.
Wendigos.
Ugh. Nasty beasts.
Even that fear when you see one walking around with your own gait, your voice, your face.
Your face. Wendigos typically can only transform into themselves in their monstrous form. These ones could take your face.
Not just your face. They could take on everything.
Even your scent.
Even my scent.
That's most unusual. Not entirely unheard of, but it's... Find one, let alone... How many did you find?
maybe 7. There was also
They're not-
something else.
Something more.
Aye. Took your memories.
Hmm.
Actually, question, Bart. Wouldn't I actually remember the cook now?
No, because that was the false hunter, and well, actually, hold on. Let me double check something really quick. Yes, actually, you do remember the cook.
Okay, wouldn't I remember temporarily forgetting the cook?
Yes, one of the I don't know if this is the thing for the regular ones because I couldn't find anything, but for the false hunter, when it is slain, it's those who knew its victims recall them. It takes a little bit; it's a delayed effect, but now that you're away from there, you sort of remember the gaps, and then they start to fill back in because the memory is reconstructive, not recollection. So it's slowly starting to reconstruct. Like Draven, you're slowly starting to remember those soldiers, those storm guard that got killed and eaten by the thing, and that kind of stuff. But yes, you are slowly starting to remember him.
Thing. It took everyone. It took most people's memory of them. There was this cook. We were out trying to find him. He had disappeared. Partway through, I just couldn't remember him. He just vanished from my mind.
That sounds like a full Hydra. Those are hair. You were in the north, you said. Something like that can't survive out there on its own. There's not enough people. I mean that, and there's not enough people. It lives under towns. They're all nomads up there. Describe it.
Oh,
Did it
was
have
large.
legs?
I think so. It had a few fully formed heads. It looked like it was covered in hair, but if you got close, it wasn't hair.
Growing more little heads.
I weak to fire.
But it looked like hair. It's not supposed to look like hair. That's something new. Never heard of a pulse hydra that could move, let alone have hair of any description. How are they cooking up in the north? It sounds like hybrids. Because that stealing faces thing, that's another thing. It's called a skinwalker, or
Right.
some such thing. That can take your face and mess with your ears. Have they learned how to develop it?
I'm telling you, these were Wendigos that could disguise themselves as anybody. I dropped my guard. For a moment, it was like a blink. Next thing I know, I'm strapped to a table, I can't, not sure. I'm strapped down, and I'm looking up at this fucking thing wearing my face. Like, staring in a mirror. Knowing that thing staring back at you isn't you.
Did it attack right away, or?
No. It played them like fiddles.
That means it still has its intelligence, which is also strange. Normally they're all mad with hunger. It's not just something that can turn on and off. That's what's getting me. It can transform. Like, they can be themselves and these things at the same time. It's supposed to be this curse. One of Vectis' curses. People who commit cannibalism. The greed of trying to sustain their own life within others. That's old. But I've heard of this before. It's old magic. But she moves away from the table and sort of slides. She moves the table and she takes out a key and goes to the liquor cabinet. And she twists and opens it and then pushes the panel. It's the lock that you said you were going to try and you never went back and tried. She uses the key. She then moves some stuff out of the way and pushes the back panel, which slides itself, splits and slides, and she takes out her hunter's journal. She comes to the table and flips through it. Ah, this here. Cult of the Red Stag. It was a druid coven that went wrong. It sprang up when Wendigos were a big problem up in the north, before they started being neighborly and such. But they took advantage of it. They found a way to harness the power it gave without losing their minds. But they were, it says here, they were wiped. Oh. It says they were wiped out when men made of iron awoke in the frozen north and began walking. They faced them down, for they had no flesh to feast on. The Warforged. That's what brought the Warforged together, because they had expanded. They had a fucking army of them. But here, they discovered. See. They discovered a way to kill all of them without a prolonged war. But the details have been kept, sort of kept under wraps. And it also was like tens of thousands of years ago. If you can find one of these older ones, what do they call them? The projects. One of them might know.
Well, I know where to start.
Right. There is a way to detect them, however. Most magical sites can't. Because I know that Mjolnir's got the fancy magic. You can see the truth with your mask if you're close enough.
You
But-
couldn't see it.
I couldn't see it, which means they've got. That could be. It might not be their form. They might have a charm or something that they might have been wearing. Also, I hate to ask, son, is that a head?
Oh. Aye.
Is that its head?
Which one?
The points at the at the totally an elk skull you have in your hand that you sort of like set by the door.
Oh.
Because you came straight here. You didn't go anywhere to drop the skull off. You just teleported straight here with a skull.
This was the one that the war my food.
That she takes it. She takes it from you, sort of sits it down, and pulls a small vial of like swirling black and gold liquid, and sort of uncorks it. Takes a small paintbrush and scrawls on a rune on its head. And she sort of holds out her hand. The thing about these, even if they're wearing a charm or it's part of their ability, it takes time and it takes energy. So they won't be able to keep it up for very long. It's like the old way the vampires used to be. They would need to continue to feed to remain sane. These things are the same. They're tipping into this power, which means they need to feed. But the problem with that, and you know as well as I do, that blood is a very difficult thing to get out of your clothes, to get off of yourself completely, and to get out of your scent. And their blood will be different. She sort of moves her hand over the rune and then moves her hand over to your forehead and sort of taps it. And you feel this like rush of air through your nose. Like you just put smelling salts under your nose.
What was that?
It's called a sensory attunement. One of the little tricks our family has. You'll be able to pass it on to at least Draven, as he's another hunter. The rest, I'm not sure. But you'll at least be able to know if they're near you within a certain distance. Because it's that specific strain of the scent, that blood, the specific, so a mouth is a terrible place. To be in a mouth, to be a mouth is a terrible thing. There's a specific smell that is developed when there's blood in your teeth. This attunes your nose to that smell, which is not something they can hide. Because if they are keeping up the facade, it means they're keeping up their food. And if they're keeping up their food, they've got some stuck in their teeth. It's not a permanent solution, but it should at least let you know if one of them's peeking in on you. If I were a betting lass, I'm guessing the ones that are more combat oriented are the ones that you face. He might have ones that are weaker, and so they're sent to find things. She moves it and places it on her own forehead. Oh, it's like clearing a cold in a minute. It's like speed running, like. I can smell my own plaque in my gums. I need to see it. Need to see the apothecary. Anyway, one step. So tell that though to your friends. So you can get in contact with one of the originals of the Warforged. That'll help a lot.
Well, with the Warforged, I know where I can make a start. With the rest of them, I don't think they trust me. No, not after that.
Trust is going to be difficult, especially if that's what they're playing on.
Especially
That's-
not that Zara one.
Give her time. This is the game he's playing. Whatever one of them is leading him, that's the game he wants. This is the game he's playing. He wants you all off balance, distrustful, chasing your own shadows. I'll give him this much, he's clever. And that's the problem. If he's able to make more like him, if he's able to make them like he did, to combine them the way he did, if he's able to hybridize monsters together, he's something else. And you need to be prepared for anything. Even prepared for you.
He looks over at the skull. Tried to. We tried you and Sam.
Well, and this one wasn't very clever, was he?
No, but still that moment, that brief instant, that fraction of a blink. No. Never again.
With this enhancement to your abilities, they won't be able to get the drop on you like that again.
I'd offer you a hug, but I don't think you want. Stands there covered.
I would be
in
getting the smell off of me for days. No,
Aye.
she does
don't
come
mind.
like sort of puts her hand on your face.
You don't mind if I stay the day, do you?
Not at all. But you are taking a bath.
You don't have to tell me twice.
So he kind of pauses and puts the finger up. You're taking the outside bath.
Fair enough.
Eat your breakfast here. And she's like picks up the skull and sort of carries it. She like carries it upstairs. And we're not leaving this on the kitchen table.
If you're going to put it away, please put it somewhere Sam won't see it.
I know all the best hiding spots in this place. I built the hiding spots in this place, thank you much.
Aye, and you probably learned the hiding spot existed after I used them.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Niall's having a day with the fam. Huzzah! Who's next? Mule, in this particular instance, would you like to be left out of the rolling?
I feel like that makes sense for the current circumstance, yes.
Okay. Just double check it.
Talk about... Yeah, I'll talk to you later about the other thing.
I got you. The Raven!
Oh,
You and Gentlemen are back in Coldport.
Yep.
Things are a little tense.
Hey, no, Patrick. Yeah, there's definitely some tension. And not the good kind. Or the fun kind.
Mm.
Um... I think Driven at this point is gonna hit. He's gonna call on his dad, the leaders and the LTs of the Storm Guard, his mother. And basically the leaders of the respective factions that are in Coldport currently.
Venwin will be staying by his side for that.
And basically
You
find,
gather the
find,
people.
find a crier. Basically, I need these people in the war room post haste.
He will nod and get right on it.
As
Takes a little bit. Some people were a little further away.
Yep.
But when you are ready, they will be in the war room.
Draven will then call the guards in the room to leave and lock the war room.
They will do so.
Right. Calling you here because we believe that Coldport is possibly compromised. And we'll give a lay down.
How do you mean?
Draven will give
then-
a lay down of what happened and what we've been told. Now, there is a possibility that this person was lying, but we cannot confirm, so it's always best to be safe and sorry.
True. No, shape-shifting of that degree is almost unheard of. Even a changeling would have. Even a changeling can't change the scent. That's most peculiar.
I know. But the point is, we need to up security, but I don't want the people to freak out. I don't. It's hard right now. So, I would like all of you to give suggestions. You are my counsel currently. Any assistance that you think would be of hand right now would be grand.
It's hard to establish a vetting process when we don't know where to really begin. But we can vet who we can. We are here and available, corroborating, and then sort of work our way down. That's at least the initial solution.
Anything will help.
Well, I have a small suggestion. The image of Lockwood is sitting in his usual chair in the corner.
Fuck's sake!
His timeout chair.
Lockwood!
Lockwood!
Oh, you have a suggestion, do you? I can't wait to hear this. Pray tell.
Well, while I have been alive for a very long time, This does bring back a particular memory of them. A long time ago, there was an order of druids when the Wendigos were a particular problem back in the day. And they took advantage of that power. It was during the days of the warlords. And even the fjord lords had their warlord. One of them happened to be a druid, a powerful druid, who had tapped into the very powers that you described of those of the Wendigo. Particularly disturbing creature. But the leader amongst them is always something more. It is known as a Wendigo shaman, able to wield vast magics, and there's certainly nothing to be trifled with. It can bestow the gift of the Wendigo, if you can call it that, to others. Now, it sounds like it's a little bit more than just that, which is where the infiltration problem comes in. There is a way, however, to pick them out, though it is a very specific way. And we might need someone with a connection to a particular deity to do so. You wouldn't happen to know any followers of Vectus, would you? His eyes slowly drift over to Venwin.
And no, Draven will also just kind of slowly look to Venwin.
I'm going to, if I could murder a god, I would. Yes, I am a follower of Vectus.
Excellent. You see, Vectus created this curse initially because
He has told me, yes.
He has informed you. Good, good. And he was the one who was able to give you a hand, I imagine, in that little scrape in the north.
To an extent, he essentially mainly informed us that one of the apparitions, none of the apparitions were a certain someone. I'm not going to say who.
That whoever they were pretending to be, those in front of you were simply the Wendigo in question, and that there were no innocents in the area.
Yes.
Very good. The thing about it is that he is actually, that with a little bit of persuasion, at least until this particular conflict is resolved, he may be able to be persuaded to allowing you to see them, to let them stand out. Because they will carry a very particular kind of his mark. Even if they are followers or ancient descendants of these druids, the mark of Vectus, the cursed mark of Vectus, would still be present. The other person I would suggest that I would consult with this, well, there's a couple. The Jester, my dear sibling down in the Underdark, but he's a little hard to get a hold of up here, given his situation. There is a story about the origins of the Warforged. That they arose from the frozen north to face a great threat. Now, confirmations of this are debated. Some believe it was the rise of the Iron Dragons, or the creatures that live in the wastes. Some believe it was the Wendigo problem itself that bore their awakening. One of them may know. But in the case of Vectus giving more of a helping hand, there is a particular artifact that I may or may not have squirreled away for a rainy day that belongs to him. I'm sure for the returning of what is his, he may be amicable. It will just require, it's a bit of a bartering, if you will.
Oh, good.
I offer the artifact to offer him in exchange for something.
Pray tell what this something might be.
Nothing serious.
Uh-huh.
I simply require a drop of Venwin's blood. Just a single drop. I need it as a catalyst to summon the artifact to me. And it must be freely given, with consent, of course.
Right. I do hope you understand the ramifications if we find out that you're doing anything shifty or anything untoward when it comes to my fiancée and genuinely the safety of this city.
Well, of course my best interest is in the city. I live here. Living here is a technicality, but it is a lovely city. And what would I do without my very capable friends?
So, any fuckery of any kind, any sort of comfort that you thought you had is gone. Am I making myself abundantly clear?
Question real quick. I'm so sorry. Would Zara also be there since she is also in Coldport?
Probably.
You probably come up to the war room and the doors are like, you probably come in a bit later and the doors are closed and locked at this point.
Shit.
However,
by the time you were there, the system is in place. So, and you were there and Zara was there for the telling of the code words. So,
I will say as well, you could probably find your way in if you explain the guards of to the guards like, hello, I'm on his council. I kind of need to be in there.
I need to be in there. Important shit's happening. She might do that and like gently
they will
close
give her
the door behind her.
For the record, they will give her the word test, which of course you know the word, so that's fine. But they're also like, oh, we have to give her the test, or else we're going to be in trouble. Mm-hmm. He'll check. He'll check. I swear to God, he'll check.
You'll know someone.
You'll know.
Just imagine if there was a newbie amongst the guards. It's just like, but we should. No. You need to let her through.
She wouldn't be mad about it. She'd absolutely be like, go ahead. But yeah, she'll like walk in and gently close the door behind her. Her hat is like covering her eyes, but she's there.
Glad you've made it. Glad you can make it, Zara.
Of course. Sorry, I'm fashionably late.
As always.
There is a way that
just the fashionably part, of course.
Yes. We have been told of a way that we could find out who is who. However, someone, looks to Lockwood, needs a drop of blood from Venwin.
For what exactly?
The place that I have stowed away the artifact that would at least keep the city itself safe, or safer in this case, is locked away in a particular vault of mine that is the catalyst for the teleportation from said vault is blood laced with shadow. At one time, it was an exceptionally rare reagent. And since the stores of that are also not here, I would need a direct source, which would be a simple drop of blood from Benwin.
Can I tell if he's lying or telling the truth?
Roll me insight.
You sure about that one?
Come on.
I'm very sure.
That's a 25.
Yeah, tell the truth. He's
He
not
speaks
even
truth.
trying to. He's not trying to lie. He's still being coy about it. Of course he is. He's Father Lockwood. He's a cheeky bitch.
She will take off her hat and hook it to her belt, and she will look at Draven and be like, "He's telling true."
Kind of looks to Venman. If you're okay with it, then so am I.
I didn't realize my mic was muted. Fine. Does anyone have a pin that I could prick myself with?
I was going to say, Jove just brings up a draconic claw. Claw.
Zara pulls out a
works.
pin.
I've just got a claw and a pin, and it, like either side, she's just like, I think I might go with the pin. Your claw's a bit too big.
Fine. Spoil sport.
Giggity.
She just nudges Draven.
He gets up from his
Yeah.
chair and walks over, and you watch as the magic around him sort of phases as his actual body takes the place of where his copy was. Oh, chilly up here.
There's a reason
And
it's
he-
called Coldport.
It's weirdly warmer in the dungeons. You'd expect it to be colder, but and he will extend his hand out. Just in the center of my palm will do.
Benwin's just going to prick her finger and let the droplet of blood drip into the palm of his hand before immediately then kind of covering her finger to prevent any more blood from dripping.
Very good. He holds up his arm and lets the blood drip down, and you watch as it fills the gaps in the carvings in his flesh along his arm, sort of expending every bit of the drop. Vault unlocked. And you see a smaller version of the shadow portal sort of form in front of his hand. So he reaches in. And takes out with the other hand, he waves and it's closed again. He takes out this it's an obsidian spider with diamonds on the tips of its feet, a ruby centered in the middle. The eyes are made up of small round sapphires with the mark carved into it. The same mark, Veman, that you know is on you somewhere. That is the mark of one of his. This is his mark of favor. Truly a beauty. He will then hold out his hand out with it to Benwin. You me to be the one to give it. Earn you a bit of more favor. You wouldn't
She
trust it.
very She very gingerly takes the little spider contraption. Very well. I will get in contact with him and hand it to him and see what we can do.
Cool. He does take a moment, and you see his eyes sort of go pale as he looks around the room. Well, everyone in here's heartbeat is regular and not, well, aside from the obvious person with a void heart in their chest and the mutant. Aside from you two, it appears everyone in here, including the guards outside, are who they say they are. That's another thing. Irregular heartbeat. Even if they are mutated to blend in, their bodies still have to function somewhat in a monstrous form. So the heartbeats are going to be much, much slower. Which means that if you touch them, their hands will be much colder, which isn't as much of an indicator in the far north, where everyone's cold, or here in Coldport, where everyone's cold. But just something else to keep in mind. And he'll go back and sit in his corner, behaving himself.
What's the radius on this artifact? Can it be extended, or is it...
Those are the parameters. The artifact itself is simply an effigy, an idol used for worship. It will be given a function through the exchange. That's the trick, is that I took it before it could be bestowed upon with a function. Since you have it now, you have the bargaining chip. You can set the terms and what you needed to do. A normal casting of true sight is one thing, but a divinely powered true sight is hard to counter, and they won't be expecting it.
Holding the artifact, Drebin will just kind of... So if I set the terms that the Coldport, the dam, the bridge city, and the far gate settlement is the radius in which to check.
He's stretching it a little bit, but feasible. I mean, you can't make that offer. You can't make that deal. It has to be her. She's one of his, after all. Her service and the artifact is the bargaining chip. Though that is a good parameter to set.
At which point Draven's just going to look to Benwin and just be like, it's still your call.
We've already got the artifact. We can keep it as a if we need to do it. But I have a feeling we might need to. It'll come in handy.
It's better to have it and not need it than not.
And need it to not have it.
Yes. Right. We have systems in place. German will look to everyone else. Thank you for being here and cooperating and bearing with my frantic nature, but I hope you can understand.
It is understandable. And that is likely the game. keep you off balance. You do something rash or anything that matter.
What time is it right now in Coldport?
It's probably somewhere around 10 in the morning.
Okay. And do we still have our?
Because it took a while to gather everybody.
Yeah. Do we still have our Do we have our comms back up? Because we could. Because we didn't have it earlier because of the fuckery with the forest. But do we have our comms back up?
Well, Mule is gone. The backup network is up because Simulacrum is here in the city.
Mm-hmm.
So at least those of you who are in the city, I gotta think. Mule, clarify with at the level that it currently is there really a distance limit?
So, well, okay. So whenever I cast the spell, I have to have the people nearby. The spell only lasts an hour, but like basically I just keep casting it every hour because it's a ritual. But yeah, initially I need 8 willing creatures within 30 feet of me to start the bond.
But the simulacrum is in the room, like
Yeah.
they are there to provide additional support.
Yes, they can just ritual cast Rory's telepathic bond.
Okay.
So for the people here, they can do that, but not for Niall, who's not here.
Yeah, that's the person Draven wants to get in contact with.
Well, I can sending Niall. Is the option I do have, so
Yeah.
I can send him an email.
At which point Draven will find Mule Simulacrum and just kind of like, hey, could you send a message to Niall, please?
Hello, sure. What do you want to send?
Parameters have been set in Coldport. We may have a means to find out who is not who they say they are.
Alright, I'll send him a message. Mjol 2 will cast sending to Niall. Hello, Draven's established his stuff, and they've figured out a way to identify Wendigos.
Is this two-way communication or one-way?
You can send a message back. 25 words or less.
Fucking word limit.
I'll tell you
really
now.
not that
If I don't usually, you don't need to worry about the word limit, but like it's more like keep it under a paragraph, basically.
Yeah.
Leave it with me. I'll put his response in the text chat.
Fair enough. With that, actually, I declare that we are going to take a short break.
Cool.
So everyone, get your water, get your pills, go to the bathroom, all that good stuff, and break. Welcome back, everyone. Here we are in the home stretch. We'll take a bit of a break. It's been a bit of a heavy day. So, we are back. Council has concluded. Plans are being made. Potential deals to be conducted. And adventures off being had. Zara. The council meeting is over. And you take some time for yourself. You need to be alone with your thoughts, as the message was received, as in the chat from Nile. Senses attuned. Imposters have a specific scent. Find the Tin Man. Sam is safe. And while it's unclear where Warden technically is, or any of the projects for that matter, that's Model Caduceus, not Project Caduceus. Technically, most of the projects are in over in the Iron City. But Zara, you, while thinking to yourself, think about the message. There is a solace in that Sam is safe, which means Niall's parents are who they are, and maybe being even able to help a little. So that's good.
Zara will go up to Draven after everybody left. Hold on one second. And she will clear her throat and put her hat back on. Draven, I know there are things inbound to keep everybody in the city, but I believe I would like to see my mother for a little while, if that is possible.
That's absolutely fine. All I ask is that you be safe and be smart.
Of course. I have sent a message. I learned it through Mule, so I can message you if anything happens.
Please do. Just come back.
Of course. I'm only going to the college for the day. I will be back later tonight.
Very well. Do give your mother my regards.
I will.
Draven will hug Zara quite tightly.
Zara will return just as tightly. Not as just tightly, but just as tightly.
There was a moment where he forgets how strong he is, and it's just like, okay, breathe.
Zara's pretty strong too, but yeah, she'll nod, take a deep breath, and look to God damn!
It is really hard to say.
Cinnamon.
Not shut the fuck up. She'll look at Mule too. And ask for the college.
Of course, I can send you there.
Thank you.
Also, open the door.
She'll walk through into her mother's office. She'll just stand there.
You go Shazammed. We're at the college. It's a quiet day. The students are running around, getting to their classes, but you can see into the forest that the color has returned, and that there's supplies heading into the forest where the village was, where you faced the boundless tree, that the rebuilding of that area is going well. You look at the clock and you see that she should be done with her lectures for the day.
She will sit in the chair like she usually does whenever she sneaks into her mom's office and turn the chair around so it doesn't see her immediately. Blessed.
Hey. When she comes in, stack of papers in her arms, mumbling. I think some people just cannot get the understandings of the basics of physics. Of course,
He's
the
right.
gravity spell destroys.
She'll turn around in the chair. Hi, Mom.
You must stop doing that, dear. She kind of moves over and sets down papers. Then looks at you. Sort of immediately scrunch. Narrow eyes. So you've had a rough go of it, dear.
That's putting it lightly, Mother.
Come.
She'll
I will make tea.
she'll stand up and immediately hug her mom.
She will not hesitate, but just sort of but she will hug her, close, sort of pat the back of her head. Now, no saving the world today.
Fortunately, I have to go back later tonight, but I just wanted to see you. I know Father's most likely sailing and or doing whatever he does with trading. I didn't need my father today, I needed my mom.
We all do, at times. I even have to sneak away to see your grandmother occasionally.
How is the old lady, anyway?
Oof, careful, she has ears like a bat. But she's well, enjoying retirement.
That's good.
Yes, your father is sailing today. There is convening of captains. Apparently there's some troubles upon the sea, but I'm sure they'll find a solution.
It'll most likely come to the Guardians anyway. It'll roundabout to us, and we will also take care of it. She will take off her hat and hook it to her belt once more. Take off her coat. The brown streak in her hair showing finally.
She runs her fingers to her. Oh, goody, that started.
Oh, yay! More I don't know. Mom, I fucked up.
Well, we all have to eventually. Come. I'll make tea.
Unfortunately, I don't think I'm in the favor for tea, but I will take a cup. Anyway.
Let's see. Oh, look, all out of tea. All I have is whiskey. Who could have done that?
Couldn't have been father.
Stealing my tea, that man. Let's see, whiskey, no. I don't have any more classes. Just kind of looks over. I don't have any more classes today. Wine. He gets out a bottle of the good stuff, the old stuff. Pours you each a glass and brings you over to sort of a more comfortable lounging area in her office.
Thank you, Mother.
Now, what mistake could be so great that you're tearing yourself up about it? Usually roll with the punches a little easier than this.
It has to do with the recent fight I got in.
Particularly nasty things.
They were with Wendigos and a
Oof.
false hydra.
Oh, that's a terrible combination.
Not to mention our good friend Mule, who I consider a sister, is dealing with her own troubles. But I believe in her capability of taking care of it.
I mean, the woman could out-teach most of the teachers here. I'm sure she has things well in hand.
Of course, I trust her. But the one thing that really eats at me is one of them disguised themselves as one of our own. And I fell for it. I didn't question it. I didn't look deeper into it. I trusted blindly, thinking it was my friend. Even the question he asked, he knew, and it tears me up just a little bit more inside that I don't even know if it's truly him now.
Did you have any inclination that they could change into one of you before the battle began?
No, not at all.
Then why are you being so hard on yourself?
It
If
could
you
have
knew
been
there were shape
prevented if
changes to go in, and you felt for it, that's one thing. You expected it. You would have been more questioning. But if you had no idea they could do so, you were trying to. Dear, you were trying to punish yourself for a mistake you couldn't have knowingly made.
it was a mistake I blindly ignored. For it was a man I know way too well. One that I hate to admit that I do know way too well.
Oh dear. My dear Zara. Thinking with your heart again?
No. No. No, I'm not thinking with my heart.
Were you in the moment?
She'll take a long drink of her wine, almost finishing the glass, and then... Yes. Unfortunately.
She takes a sip of her wine, sort of mulls it over in her glass. And she sort of holds up a finger, thinking. It's the one with the mask, isn't it?
You fucking hate that you know your daughter way too well.
I mean, he seems like a very good, very kind man. A little,
We know his parents.
a little gruff, but he was very polite when he met me.
I mean, it is. He's crap.
So who,
He's grouchy. He's always brooding around the brothel in the corner and the bar and.
he's Mr. Dear. Have you discussed it with him?
Fuck no. Are you kidding me? Absolutely not. Not yet. I don't even know if I can.
Is it more of a recent revelation to yourself?
Just a little bit.
Ah, good. The same way I imagined, the same way I felt about your father. The blink. Shit. Ugh.
Blink, fuck! Yes. It's something
like to-
I haven't... It's not happened to me. I just simply met two boys I love dearly, don't get me wrong. That didn't happen with this one. This one... It was... Oh, shit, Mom. What do I do? I don't know what to do. I don't know. I know nothing. Not... I sing of it. I write of it. I even tell stories about it. Never experienced it. Not truly. Not in the heart.
See. You met your first in prison after knowing him for about 10 minutes. Granted, Rogar is a delight. He is also, speaking as an elven mother of nobility, he is also technically a king, exceptionally polite, can fly an airship, remarkably, has dragons, I mean, the real estate alone. Then you're technically courted off to one of the princes of the Underdark, who is also incredibly polite, very intelligent. I had a lovely tea with him recently, actually. He stopped by for a visit to. Oh, he has one of his sisters is a teacher here, so we stopped in. We had tea. Lovely. I can see why the qualities in each of them. Is this one different because you work together?
No. Blessed. Blessed.
Sorry.
No. It's... I mean, it could be. For all I know. Blessed. Blessed. For all I know, it could be. I don't know. It just happened.
Tried our P-nose. They're betraying me. God, what? Me, master, doing her work.
Please do.
Why does it feel different, do you think?
As you said, I've known Rilgar and the Prince for 10 minutes? Maybe even less. I immediately swept them up.
Well, you've had time to build with them as well.
True.
Almost, nearly a year each now. I mean, in the 2 years you were gone, Rogar was constantly checking for you and while dealing with everything else. The friends was with him the whole time, and they were both waiting for you, and that speaks volumes, at least for them. But you also weren't there for that during those 2 years. I feel as though you're still struggling with that a bit. All the time you lost.
Just a bit. We haven't had the time to properly, all three of us, sit down and talk. And I feel like that bond has started to wither like an old rope.
Possibly.
Not to mention, I don't even know what he thinks about the boys as well. Oh God, not including his daughter.
That is another important question you have to ask yourself. Are you ready to be a mother?
I've never been good with children. You know this, Mum.
I mean, you say that. Experience dictated otherwise. You've never been one to actively go out of your way to interact with children. But when you do, they find you a delight.
I mean, look at who my mother is.
You think I like children? Dear, I'm a teacher. I love children, and I hate children. I hate parents more.
Yeah, you are a parent. And
I
had
know.
a child.
I had a child.
With a sailor.
I didn't say I was a better example of this than you. And yet I made it work. And now he's one of the most respected sailors in the entire world.
Were you about to call Dad a pirate?
Potato. I mean, when he started, he was a privateer. Let's be completely honest, he was a vanilla privateer when he started.
Point given. What?
But still, the vanilla privateer risked his life and his men's life to save me and my sister.
I remember. I know the story.
I wish I could tell you it was as romantic as we made it sound in the stories. But it wasn't until many months later, when we were home and safe, and I was standing on the docks. His ship came in. I recognized it from that night. And I felt my heart skip. Just knowing he was on the ship, that he was there, that he was here, I knew he was coming in. I worried if he was okay. I wondered she puts her hand in your hand. I wondered if a man who was at the time a complete stranger who had just saved my life a few months ago, I wondered if he had eaten that day. Just because I saw his ship. My immediate next reaction was to utter the word shit.
Like mother, like daughter.
You described it very similarly when you met Rogar. You took one look at this man and went, yes! Dirty imprisoned Viking man. I'll take one, please.
I didn't know who he was at the time.
You avoided dating for 100 years.
Okay, now that you point it out.
You met this man in prison?
Okay.
Immediately. My daughter, you do not think things through. You follow your heart. It is what I love most about you. And it generally has never led you really astray. Into danger, certainly. But at least you have the good sense to go into danger with friends. People you trust. And I feel like you started to know where your heart was leading you with this very polite masked man. But
Very
in the
polite is
same
putting it
swoop-
very lightly, mother.
At least to the mothers of his friends. And then this happened. These shape-shifting Wendigo bastards tricked you with his face, or whatever of it you can see. And you were in between those thoughts, those moments. A moment of weakness, a moment of consideration, of following your heart. And now you're distrusting that feeling.
I hate how you can read me like a book.
My dear, I'm a headmaster of a school full of people who think they're smarter than everyone else in the room. I've gotten this far from reading these. AKA, her passive insight is higher than yours.
Oh, yeah, no shit. It's hereditary.
It's hereditary. Like, you're getting up there, though.
Well, this isn't what I wanted the conversation to go to, but it happened after you pulled the wine.
Of course.
I just needed my mom.
And I'm always here for you, dear.
I appreciate it. But now, since we are on the topic, what do you think I should do? Should I ignore it? Or should I officially listen to my heart and go with the punches, like I always do? But the punches...
The punches do be punching today.
The punches have put me on my ass multiple times to the point where I am considering not even getting up anymore.
You know that wouldn't last.
That's very true. I'm too stubborn.
Exactly. Now, what you should do, you need to have what every person ever hates to do. You need to have a big grown-up conversation.
Ew.
With both of your current boys and with him. Whatever order you want to do that in is up to you. But you need to get it out there. You need to get it off of your chest. You need to figure something out. The three of them may very well be fine, sharing time with you. Some of them may decide it's not right for them. I mean, not only is Niall, currently a single father, but he's also a widower. And I've heard that the rescuing of that child involved getting something close to closure on that front, but still.
Yeah, there was so much that happened, but I am not the one to talk about that front. Mule and him are the ones to talk to, but...
None of it is going to be easy, my dear.
Never fucking is. Never fucking is.
If love was easy, it would not be worth falling into. Your love for your boys started easy. It was social, it was adventurous, it was exciting.
It was rebellious.
Very. I noticed. But then as time went on, you spent more time with them. It became more. It became a good connection. Things in common goals, wanting to help them achieve, even if you couldn't be a part of their dreams forever, you wanted to help them achieve it. For this and your Niall, it's gone the opposite way. It started slow, gradual. You still wanted him to achieve his dream, a safety and security for his child. And now things are starting to spark. Things are starting to build.
Don't call him that. Listen, I know what it was like to lose my father for a moment or so. I didn't even know if he was alive, yet I still went out there, as young as I was, and found him and brought him back. Not only because you were absolutely in a horrible stupor because of it, because he's my dad too. The minute I found out he had a daughter that was still alive, we dropped everything to go save this little girl. Because I knew what she was most likely feeling in that point. Is when is Dad coming home? When will he walk through that door? When will he come back?
Not one of my finer moments, I will admit.
We all fall sometimes, Mom. That's okay. Even if you cursed me out so much when I started to go on this adventure.
I was afraid to
argument.
lose you too.
Yet I still stand. A few extra scars and a little strand of brown hair and shorter hair. Cursed liar and trauma that even probably makes the gods shudder. But I came back. And I brought Dad with me. I brought him back to you.
We did. And I would love to sit here and tell you that it fixed everything.
No.
No.
I know it didn't.
But it was certainly a start. We've worked on things. We've gone to counseling. That was fun.
Fucking finally.
My dear, I have loved your father for centuries now. And there were spans of years where he would be gone on one voyage to another. When they first began colonization of the New World, he was gone for years at a time. It's a long trip. But I knew he would be fine and he would come back to me. When he disappeared at the same time Marina came back from her prison, I knew it was different. I knew it was wrong. But I didn't know what to do. All of the parts of me that are a diplomat and nobility and everything that else that I am conflicted with what I knew I was, which was his wife. And you, being every bit his daughter, did what you always do. You followed your heart and charged forward without fear.
Head
And
first
you
into an adventure.
Yeah. Eventually, you learn that fear isn't an enemy. It's your instincts telling you when danger is near and how not to end your adventure too quickly.
Not mentioning some of the times I have gone unconscious. But I had friends along the way. Not including I saved Star on top of that too. Not only my father, but my cousin, the one I also consider deeply family, and a sister.
Oh, you should have heard my sister. Not only that, when she found out that she had been saved, but that she had been engaged before she was kidnapped. Oh, the wedding preparation.
Trust me.
The wedding preparations and then of course, and you're going to hear this. You, my daughter, are going to have to sit here and hear this. When we went together to tell your grandmother
Oh no.
that Star was engaged, he looked at me, the older sister, and asked about, when is Zara marrying one of her boy toys?
This is in character, I promise I'm not actually joking.
I was wondering because you were taking this up at the same time. I'm like, it's a little bit about, a little bit about.
That is probably a bit wise, Mum.
Oh, I'm aware. Granted, she also waited until we were both drinking wine to ask that and almost killed me. But that's your grandmother for you.
Well, if you don't
You're-
mind. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
You're trying to answer questions too far in the future. You have things that you can handle now, enemies to face now. I think once you can take a break from saving the world for a bit, if you can manage that, I think it will then be time for discussions of the future. Though sneaking them in here and there will probably be a good idea. But you, when you feel the time is right, talk to him.
I'm gonna have to put on my big girl pants and actually talk like an adult to another adult about adult feelings.
Yes. Oh, so terrible. Conversation with a handsome man. Oh dear. The
I'm
pain and
mother.
irony.
Mother. He's not. I mean, granted, he is a good-looking individual, but he's not extremely attractive. But you know the saying grandmother always says, "You like because and you love despite."
Yes.
I
It
love
seems-
despite all his flaws.
Oddly enough, you seem to like because of them as well.
It's a bonus.
I think once you've found a way beyond this little hiccup of potentially everyone you know being monsters. Minor hiccup.
Minor.
I think once that is covered, I think it would be a good time to talk to him about these things. Get them out in the open. Now you can have them with the boys in the room or not. I think initially, just the two of you, and eventually, with all four of you.
Well, funny you say that about the other two. One is going through a potential, most likely, civil war. That's fun. And the other is probably most likely still helping his people trying not to drown. So, something's got to give. Something will eventually at some point. I will talk to him. I will talk to him eventually. But that unease still sits like a pit in my stomach whenever I get in trouble.
You should be used to that feeling by now, dear.
With you, always. With my friends, a little more so. With him, terrifying.
Is it because he might actually know how to scold you in a way that would stick? If he does, I must find out what technique he uses.
Oh, you must ask about the snowball prank that we pulled on him in the brothel at one point. You'd probably understand why I'm terrified of him.
Just the idea of snowballs in a brothel sounds like a terrible idea to me.
Trust me, it was more of me and Mule's fault, but it's a story.
Well, she holds up her glass. 2 more stories.
2 more experience. She'll clink her glass, and she will spend the rest of the day with her mother throughout the school that she grew up in.
Cool. Alrighty. Venwin, is there anything you wanted to do on your own? or with another character?
I know for a fact that if and when she actually gets in contact with Vector, she would want to at least have Draven with her. For that.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
For the moment, I think she would definitely send a message to her parents. I think everyone's wanting to like chat to their parents at the moment. Venwin's going to send a message to her parents to kind of update them on the goings on of everything. Before kind of looking at the tiny little spider contraption in her hand. This is going to be a very interesting conversation when I have it.
There's going to be a lot of interesting conversations going around, that's for damn sure.
Even more so in the future, I suppose.
Are you referring to having the bomb drop that you are now a follower of Vector's?
Telling who that exactly?
Well, for one, that was a bit of a bomb drop to me, so I thought we just had a dealing with him, and I didn't hear anything about that afterwards.
It happened a while ago. I think shortly after the wedding in the Underdark. When I initially realized I was dying from the heart.
I'm not mad at you. I just... You can tell me these things, you know.
Oh, I know that now. But I wasn't sure how you'd feel about it at the time.
I understand that.
Considering how you go?
That was it, just understand that.
I mean, considering how you voiced your opinion about him not too much earlier.
I think that was also a side effect of the fact that he also dealt with my father, and look how he turned out.
Yes, but I'm also not your father. Otherwise, that'd be very concerning.
What's the quote? The quote, you're in your 50s and you still have daddy issues?
Shut the fuck up.
Damn, he's 49 and he still has daddy issues.
Shut the fuck up.
No.
No,
But my viewpoint was that if you so much as asked or questioned, I would not hold back the truth.
I know.
No, it's like the mask meme all over again.
Hang on. Thinker. There we go. That's per page. She did well. Just a little pat on the head.
Hold on. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
This is for both you and Paige.
You guys know you love me.
Yes.
We do, you fucking goblin.
Oh, so now we know where you get it from, Kay.
Oh my god! We need to have Iron make a little page gremlin for the corner.
I was about to say we need to have Iron do a page goblin in the DM.
Actually,
Yes.
actually, a goblin sprite in the corner of the stream would be fucking perfect. Ultimately, Effectus saved your life, for whatever reason may be. I'm glad he did. Because, believe it or not, I actually like you alive.
Believe it or not, really?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
If you could believe such a notion at all.
Well, same could be said about you as well, so please don't go running headfirst into anything. Like you've already done multiple times.
I know. To be fair, we're all guilty of that. You can't pin that all on me. But I understand.
Once or twice, yes. But still.
Boy, talk.
You'll be sleeping on the couch in a sec.
That's fine. Abaddon will keep you company.
No.
Yeah, me sleeping on the couch will not last long, let's be fair here. Just, all I ask is that you be careful. As
Would you
best
like to
can.
be there when I talk to him?
No, I trust you.
Oh, it's not about trust.
No, I don't feel the need to. If this is. No, I don't need to be there.
All right.
This whole thing's been a shit show.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of.
Oh, we are so
What's that?
You go.
He is just gonna sit down in the chair and just plump his forehead on your stomach. It's just like.
She's just gonna pat your head and just be like, "We are so retiring from adventuring after all this is done."
We are taking a much-needed vacation. That's for damn sure.
Mm-hmm. She's just gonna lean down and just like give you a kiss on the top of your head.
He just stays there for a moment because it's kind of the moment of like, this is nice. This is.
Venwin's just running her fingers through his hair, kind of like a little like scalp massage.
You know. To be fair, I would like to go to the Feywild under less hostile circumstances and not having to rescue your ass.
I mean, technically you didn't rescue me, but even still. For Paige's reference, they went to go rescue her, and she pulled a Harley Quinn and rescued herself. And then when I could go back,
It was great.
Wait, you guys were gonna
it was so good.
Yeah, we planned the whole thing.
I could go back.
No, it's okay. Honestly, that Harley Quinn gif is when Varen gets to fuck with anyone trying to steal a marriage proposal.
It's either
Yeah.
that, or if Draven just looks at her and goes, "Go for it," she's just like, "Yay!" Fun times.
Right. Speaking of a break, you know what I could do? I'm just gonna go to the library and chill with a couple of glasses of brandy and do sweet fuck all. Can you join me?
I wouldn't mind. But if you get a single drop of brandy on any of those books, I am chopping your balls off.
What do you think I am? I'm not a Philistine.
No, that would be Niall. You have a point there.
Now catching strays.
This is like, why is someone talking about me? What the fuck is happening?
Why am my ears
Niall's
burning?
sitting there with his French toast.
Wait.
He's talking shit.
Someone's talking shite. Well, if you need to have that talk with you know who, by all means, I will be in the library.
I probably should have it now. No. We should hold on to it for the time being until everyone's here.
If that's what you want to do, my love. And he kind of like, he takes your face in his hand and just, looks at Venwin. I didn't expect you to be the best thing that happened to me, but I'm glad it did.
So am I.
Oh.
Even if you do brandish a sword to my throat.
Oh my god, that was... He's just gonna storm off
It
to the
will be a fun-
library.
I'll be there in a bit.
Uh-huh. Never gonna live that down, never gonna live that down. Eventually,
Everyone's gonna go.
eventually that question is gonna come up with the kids, and it's just gonna be like, oh Jesus, here we go.
Well.
Oh no, no, what
It's
have
like,
you started?
Mom, Dad, how did you meet? So.
Oh no.
Yes. Oh. But Venwin's just going to kind of look at the little contraption in her hand and just go. You are always going to be something breathing down my neck. I swear by the gods. And she's going to place it in a very safe space in her bed, in hers and Draven's bedroom.
Go.
Hidden away for the time being.
Cool.
And then she's going to make her way back to the library.
Cool. All right. We get to do a fun little thing. Zara, you have had a few glasses of wine with your mother. And you're lounging in the lounge chair. She has been called away to deal with some school nonsense, and you're laying there. The fire is lit. It's warm. It's comfortable. The wine is delicious. You set it. You set it down on the table and just sort of try to collect yourself. You close your eyes. You open them expecting to see the ceiling again and find yourself back in the north. A complete white around you. You almost feel the cold on your skin. And there are paths through the snow, winding, twisting, turning. And it pulls forward, the drums of war ringing your ears. Drums of war ringing in your ears. You find yourself in what looks like the kind of village Rogar would describe. Various huts, buildings, a fortress in the ice, iron and cold. Dragons flying here and there. Battle lines being drawn, clans divided. And sitting on a throne, wrapped in furs and shades of purple, is Rogar. His axe is at his side, looking down, contemplating. He looks up as he hears the dragons roar again. You see him slowly look up, and there is a change to his eyes. They are normally this cool ocean blue, eyes you have gotten lost in time and time again. And they shift icy. And just before your vision snaps back to the office, you watch as his irises slit. And you hear a roar rumbling through the air before you awaken in your mother's office. And that's where we're going to close up for today. See, I told you it wasn't too bad. You were all worried, and it wasn't too bad. The conversation with your mother was worse than your vision. Oh, granted, you still had to have the conversation with me. It's fine. Anyway, hey there, folks. We're going to be trying out this YouTube thing for a while. You'll be able to find the VODs more readily on the channel, and hopefully it'll be easier for us to catch up on some stuff.
Yeah.
Next session, we will hopefully have the whole party back together, minus Mule, but potentially with a special guest instead. We'll have to see.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Special
And
guest?
special guest. Same number of people. Special guest. You'll find out. It's fine. We will be back next week. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and we'll be back here, hopefully about the same time as usual. So you know us. Thank you all for watching. Hope to see you again next week. Make sure to check out Jacket's channel this Sunday for a special announcement. See, I didn't forget. Alrighty. You'll have a good week. We'll be back next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.